Well, hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for November. Hope you're amazing. Hello, hello, hello. So, we're going to jump right in. These earth sign readings, I did Capricorn and Virgo already, have been very quick. They've been under 15 minutes. So, the energy's been flowing really well. So, if this is quick, don't be surprised. All right, Taurus, November. There it is. Okay. Mother, nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. Wow. You have a very supportive energy, which is quite different for you. Um, I feel like there's a lot of acceptance in this energy. Um, so what I feel is like you've been having a hard time with something. I can't remember past readings. I forget them all, but let me see what the title was. Okay. So there's like acceptance of where you are. So there's less an amount of I need to do this, I need to make this happen, I need to structure this, I need to figure this out, and more of a accepting and loving what it is that you currently have. So we have assessing. So there's definitely an energy for you, Taurus, of accepting what it is that you have. Like seeing that it's okay to have goals and look beyond, but also being in the present is also important as well. And I feel like in the first half of November especially, yeah, faith. So it's like you're finding the beauty in what is now and what you have now and what's going on now and what's around you now, who you have in your life now. Instead of going out to find it. It's like expanding and nurturing what is currently in your life, what's in the present. Acceptance is the big energy. Shaman, ancient healing wisdom. Synergy, yeah, bringing everything together. This is good energy, Taurus. And sanctuary, feeling safe, creating home, creating a safe haven. So again, nurturing what it is that you do have. And this is not overbearing. This is not changing. This is like keeping the energy the way that it is and just supporting it, embracing it, making it a higher vibration. Okay, let's see, Taurus. Okay, Temperance, Eight of Cups, Ace of Cups, Lovers. Ooh, okay. Four of Wands, yeah. Queen of Coins, Fool, Four of Swords, Page of Coins, Page of Swords, and Queen of Wands. And the Hierophant, we'll take all of those out. Okay, so let's talk about the overall energy first. It's about respecting the structure of the present and what is, to be honest, right? So it's like you're getting a message and being confident in what you have currently and what's around you currently. Not seeing lack, not really wanting to change anything, just wanting to be supportive, loving, and accepting to what is around you currently. It's like believing in the structure that is, you know? nurturing the structure that is. So this is getting deeper into relationships, partnerships, relationships with children as well. Not changing, just being a support, being there, nurturing them, not trying to be a lesson teacher. You know what I mean? Loving your job, loving your situation. There's that energy of just being accepting and loving of where you are. Interesting, because you have the Four of Wands in the center. We'll get into the major arcana. The Four of Wands in the center talks about realizing that there is this sense of stability. There's this sense of stability, love, and stableness where you are, and just elaborating on that, conserving that energy, conserving that feeling. I feel like celebrating what you have in your present instead of trying to change it or quote unquote make it better. So major arcana, Temperance, Lovers, and Fool right here. So this is a big energy for you, Taurus. So it talks about imbalances or being reckless or doing the most. I feel like in especially the first half of November, you're pulling back from doing all that and learning how to love where you are. So it's more about learning compromise and balance instead of power and control or overtaking or trying to change things, right? So it's less about taking foolish risks and more about listening and caring and gentle nudges, you know? It definitely is. It's like this is a new passion project for you to care, love, support, and maintain what it is that you do have. So, yeah. So I feel like the need to teach, I'm going to say that because that's what it feels like to me. Your need to teach or show or expand has really been a main focus for quite a while. And you notice that by doing that, you're getting further and further away from your goals or further away from loving relationships or connections or, things are deteriorating because of that. And this is a call to sort of reconnect with the emotional part of life that you have walked away from. So, or distance yourself from by doing that. So in November, it's more about connecting with others and being nurturing, caring, spending time, things like that. It's like you're willing to meet people where they are and meet situations where they are in order to form a sort of connection or bond that is stable and I dare say unbreakable. That is what the focus is. It's like you're seeing that emotions, reconnecting, recharging things that are already in your life presently is also helps the bottom line. It's not always about adding. It's not always about getting. It's not always about teaching. It's also about maintaining. Maintaining is also important. Supporting, nurturing, growth, right? What I'm seeing is like plants, right? So you can buy plants. You can plant them. They do give you fruit and vegetables, but there's this space in between where you have to nurture them. You have to care for them, water them, give them plant food, things like that. So the maintaining part, the loving, the nurturing part is also as important as the end result and attaining them. Okay. So I see that you've seen that some of the actions you've taken have been kind of reckless. I'm going to say reckless, not childish, but reckless or careless, or you needed to take a moment to think further than beyond yourself. And I feel like you're at a higher level with this being next to the lovers of spiritually understanding that. Like, you have to maintain your household, you have to maintain your jumping off point, your sacred space, your cave, your sanctuary, your the bottom line, the basic needs. Um so that you have to come out of your head in order to see that. So I see a lot of you looking at other people's perspectives and figuring out how other people are structured, and their mental structure, how they think about things, are different than yours sometimes. And it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that you need to open yourself up to sort of understanding at least a piece of that concept, instead of just saying, scratch it, it's wrong, do it my way. Because you're seeing that it's not sticking when you do that. It's not practical. It's over ambitious to say the least. So it's more about maintaining, it's more about nurturing, it's more about making sure that your foundations are strong. So let's see. I feel like I got everything out. It's very general. Apparently, they're going to tell me why. Lovers, Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. You're having an epiphany. So this is like an aha moment. That's what this is, right? It's a need to be recharged because you're feeling disconnected emotionally, either within yourself or from others. Like, you're starting to see that others are pulling away, okay? Or you're starting to feel like secluded, sort of, in a way. And with the lovers is about balance. It's about the duality of relationships, whether intimate, emotional, or otherwise. There is a duality. There's a play back and forth. You can't have a best friend and never talk to them. You can't have a wife and never have a discussion with them. There has to be like a back and forth. There has to be some sort of vulnerability in there. And at the fear of losing these things that you think you have a strong hold on, that you have to develop them. Like, you have to play a part. You have to have a piece of vulnerability with it. Yeah. I feel like there was a lot of following your own desires and your own thoughts and sort of thinking. This is harsh to say, but this is like the extreme of it. It could be something less than this. But this is like the feeling of, my way is the right way. And this will fix everything. This is the healing of that, because there is a scale, and it's almost like you did a little bit too much of that. So this is pulling back from it. As far as finances, I feel like you wanted to start something and you're taking a pause on starting something, because you're maintaining what it is that you have right now. Yeah, it's about, when you look at the bigger picture, it's important to work on smaller details as well. And that's what I see you doing, right? It's like taking a step back to nurture what it is that you have. And then later you can like take a step forward when things feel safe enough, right? So it's not like you're stopping. It just, it isn't. It isn't the top thing on the docket. That's what I'll say. Yeah, living with integrity. You had to make some hard decisions and leave some things behind or walk away from some things that you had a focus on because it just doesn't seem as important right now. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of listening, and a lot of that is getting out of your own head or feeling like you're right or trying to overpower other people's ideas or versions of perception because everyone has their different ways of doing that. So it's more being more compassionate by coming out of your own head, pretty much. Yeah, you know what it is? It feels like you're losing connections. That's what it is. I feel like that was the kicker. It's like, especially with people you thought understood you on a deep level, seem to be kind of backing away or distancing a little bit. You've noticed, um, and it feels like you're being to other people. You feel really aggressive, but to you, it's out of love, right? And it's an over need for control, but there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance, right? Okay. Heart, yeah. Cross, and bouquet, yeah. You know, there's beauty in the everyday, and there's beauty in the present, and there's beauty that is in front of you. Like, we all have problems and issues and things that come up, but there is beauty in the everyday. The sun shines, you have a warm bed, your air conditioner works, your water is running, your heart is beating, you know. Some of you have children, they're beautiful, there are things to be happy about, and there are things to be gracious for. And this is just a reminder to nurture and care for those things and not take them for granted. Okay. So I feel like the first half of November for you, Taurus, is just opening up your heart enough to sort of see past all the problems and all the issues and have a more lighter heart. Also, I'm getting a vision of like, those negative Nancy's. We all know negative Nancy's, and sometimes we can get shifted into that energy. It's easy. Anybody can do it. You can have a bad day and just be like, oh, the sun, and that's okay. But this is just a slot of time in your life for you to open up your heart to the beauty of what is and what it is that you do have and see it for the gift that it is. All right. I love you, Taurus. I'll see you for your mid-November reading. Okay? Bye-bye.